Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome back to Wine and Wellness Wednesday, part 2, y'all, of Stop Getting Scammed. All right, y'all ready to jump into this thing? As is customary, I have my champagne today, y'all. So toast to y'all for making it through hump day, and hopefully this helps some of y'all out with some good info, all right? All right, so last week I talked to you guys about some different red flags and things that you guys can look at so that you are protecting yourself before you invest in any type of program, any kind of training. When you're trying to do better, business coaches, there are business coaches everywhere now, y'all. It is crazy. So for me, it was just important to come in and really tell you guys, look, these are some things that y'all really need to be looking out for before you invest thousands of dollars in somebody that's never done what you are trying to do, because that is a problem. So what I told you guys I was going to do last week is give you some specific questions that you can ask in order to kind of avoid some of those situations. And then I'm also going to be giving y'all, I know y'all can see the board behind me, but I'm also going to be giving you guys some real life resources and different places that y'all can be doing this research. All right. So I really can't sit down because I got to talk. But y'all know, as is customary, okay, as I go through this stuff, if y'all have any questions at all, please ask me. Please put them in the chat. I will answer them live. But this is all about not getting scammed and not wasting your money on people and false promises, because social media, the way it is, everybody is, showing you this and telling you this and telling you that. But what does it really mean, especially when it comes to you investing thousands of dollars in either coaching or education? All right. So what I'm going to go through really quickly is 9 of the questions that you should be asking. And then at the end, I'm going to go over resources, but I need this whole board. So let me go ahead and erase the resources. We'll come back to those. All right. So question number 1. Okay. The first question. What is your background? Okay. So for instance, if I'm about to learn to do injections, I needed to be a nurse or someone who is licensed in it, or someone who has done this for 10 years because they're licensed in injections. I don't need somebody that is a body sculptor to teach me needles and injections, right? I want to learn from somebody who actually has the credentials. I tell you guys all the time, I'm a medical aesthetics practitioner. I've been doing this since 2011. I can give you my background, right? But are you guys asking people before you invest in them, what is their background? If you're a business coach in, let's say, in industrial engineering, right? I'm just throwing something out there. If you're a business coach in industrial engineering, have you ever been an industrial engineer, right? Or have you ever worked with other businesses in that area? Have you ever done business coaching for somebody in beauty, right? Because if you don't have the specifics in my industry or what I'm trying to do, or ask them how long, y'all, how long have you been doing sculpting? How long have you been doing injections? If somebody tells you a year, go the other way, period, right? It takes more than a year to be an expert or a teacher in most things, right? If you barely hit the surface, you barely made any mistakes or even served clients, then how are you going to help me? So the first question is always going to be, what is your background? That's first, okay? And then the second thing, this isn't even a question, y'all, but this is the tip that goes along with that. Before I give anybody $1 of my money, I'm going to call them first. Call them, okay? The question is, do they pick up the phone? Because if they don't answer your calls before they take your money, do you think they're going to answer your calls after? Probably not. All right. So that's the first one. The second one, specifically, any coaching program that you do or any training program that you do, the second question you ask is, can you give me a program outline? Okay. A program outline or a curriculum outline. Okay. Curriculum timeline, okay? Now, let me tell you why this is important. When you ask someone to give you a program outline or especially a curriculum timeline, that's considered a legal document, you guys. If somebody gives me a timeline and it is for, I don't know, 40 hours of training and they give me 2, I have a reason to dispute. I have something in paper and in writing that says, wait a minute, this was supposed to be 10 hours, I only got 2. Or, you know, you can combat it by saying, hey, I was given a program outline that I was going to learn A, B, C, and D, and I didn't receive that, right? So you're protecting yourself because you have something in writing before you go to a class, a course, or whatever. Now, it's a little bit different for this if it's something online, right? Because if it's online, you don't have to know the timing, but you have to know the objectives. But normally, those are all like videos and they're already there, right? But it depends. So ask the question. And once again, you guys, what I'm giving you are the questions to ask. If these people will not answer these questions for you, those are red flags. Go the other way. Okay? So they don't pick up their phone. If they don't tell you what their background is or why do you need to know that? Well, because I need to understand as an instructor, you know, what your credentials are. So if they can't answer these questions for you, go the other way. Okay? Question number 3. And this one is a big one. I'll put it in a different color, okay? Number 3. What support do I get after? Okay, now let me say this to you guys. We actually had somebody, and people can be rude. They can just be rude for no reason. So we're starting a new course here, the post-op class. And we had someone that was like, that's extremely expensive for a one-day course. And I said, well, man, what you don't understand is none of our courses are just one day, because you get lifetime access to questions after, you get a Q&A after, you get support in our Facebook group where you get to continue asking questions for as long as you need to. We don't expect you to be an expert in one day, right? But let me say this, I'm gonna put this in red too. Do not, when somebody says, oh, you get mentoring after, do not take their word for it, okay? If somebody tells you, us included, if somebody tells you at the end of my class, you get, you know, lifetime access in a Facebook group, can you send me the link to that group? Now, you don't get to join that group if you haven't paid for it, but can you show me that the group actually exists? Can you show me where my post-class support stuff is gonna be, right? So do not take their word for it, okay? Ask for something. Ask for like where the Facebook group is, or where is the portal for the post-class support. See, for us, let's say for our supplies, we had a student portal, password protected website. Now, I'm not going to give you the password until after you take the class, but I can definitely show you the website so you know where you're going to go or what you're going to do, right? Y'all got to do research. As much time as you spend on social media seeing all these ads, right? Stuff is coming and coming and coming. What research are you doing before you invest $500, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 in somebody's coaching program or their training program? What questions are you asking? And there's nothing wrong with saying, oh, what kind of support do I get after? Oh, you get a Facebook group, or you get lifetime mentoring, or you get these files, or you get this and that. Oh, okay, great. Where are those things going to be housed, just so that I can see like where I'm going to need to go, where I'm going to be accessing it? Oh, it's on Facebook. Cool. Do you mind showing me where the group is? I know I can't join, but at least I know where it is. Okay. So that's question 3. What kind of support do you get after? Okay, now this is question 4. This one's a pretty important one as well, because in our industries, right, and even with coaching, with anything, things change a lot. So this question is, how often is the program updated? Okay, so for instance, updated. Now, so for instance, you might want to add a new, like with us, with our online libraries, we're always adding new curriculums every month, right? But for you, let's say that it's business coaching in nursing. Y'all, I'm just throwing things out. But if it's business coaching in nursing and this new technique for needles comes out, are you going to be adding new things, or is it just this program? And sometimes people will tell you, What we have in the program, that's there. Most of the time though, the programs get updated. It's, oh, well, when new techniques come out, we add new techniques. Or maybe we don't add new techniques, but we do lives every week and we add information in. Or once a month, you're gonna get a new ebook, right? So just understand when you're investing your money, how often is this actually going to be updated? Or is this something that, hey, this is the program, this is all you're going to get? And there's, like I said, a lot of cases, there's nothing wrong with that. You're getting sales training. Here's your 5 different, sales lessons, and that's all you're going to get. Okay, fine. But in sculpting, things change a lot. For instance, with us, I have to update machines because new machines and new technology comes, right? So understanding what's going to be updated, what's not going to be updated is going to help you a lot before you invest money. And like I said, I'm specifically talking about coaching and training. And this, you guys, this is even in esthetician training. This is even in laser training. Do y'all know there's so many different types of lasers? We have to continuously go back and update stuff before we're even teaching it, right? So how often is the program updated is going to be the next one. Now, this one, y'all, I'm actually going to write it in red because this one is so important that y'all need to understand that no matter what, you ask this question, and if they won't answer it, that's going to be a red flag. What is the success rate, okay, for graduates? Okay, this one is big, okay? Now, we get asked this question a lot, and I never mind answering it, but you guys, what is the success rate? Like, what is, I ask people before I do a marketing program, before I do anything, what's my ROI, right? What's my return on investment? How successful have your students been? Can I talk to one of your students? Can you send me pages for your students? People ask us that all the time, you guys, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to send you pages of 1 or 2 of my students or reviews or different things that you can look at from those students. Now, let me also say this. If they have no students, right? Can I see or talk to your students? If they have no students, sometimes, okay, sometimes that is okay. Sometimes it's not. It depends on what you're doing. But in most cases, let's say if you were my first body sculpting student, right? My first class that I'm doing. If I don't have any reviews or any success rates, you can ask me for a discount. That's just, in general, that is something we get. And I'm like, you know what? Normally our program is $1,500. Well, it can't be normally because it's my first time doing it, right? But let's just say normally our program is $1,500 or it's priced at $1,500. But because you guys are the first graduating class, yes, we will give you $200 off. All we ask from you is that you give us your honest feedback on the program, whatever. So at the end of the day, if people cannot give you the success rate of their students, or you can't talk to them or see them, first of all, that's a big red flag, right? That's a big red flag. But let's say that person is like, honestly, like, you will be in my first class. They're being honest with you, so that's a good thing. But if you're being honest with me and you're telling me you don't have a success rate because I'm the first one, then I am going to ask you for a discount. And most business owners understand that, and they're going to give you a discount for that one. All right? Okay. And let me also say, once again, success rates for graduates, don't just take their word for it, okay? I need to talk to, and I'm going to put a star by here. I need to talk to or see students, right? Because if you tell me, oh, we have a 75% success rate. Oh, you do? Can you at least show me 5 students that are actually out here doing this? So talk to or see students. Now, some people are like, I'm not going to give you the phone number for all my students. That's normally how I am. But I will send you to a couple of their pages so that you can see some of their successes, or give you testimonials, or give you some of their reviews. But the other thing that I'm going to tell you guys before you enroll, this is, I think this is the last one. Wait, no, I have two more. Okay, the first tip that the next tip I'm going to give you is, can I see or watch, this is not necessarily a question, but watch the free stuff first, okay? Watch their free stuff first. Every person who is a good, I will say a good instructor, you're going to have the opportunity to do a free webinar with them. They may have a free ebook out there. They may be doing a live just like I'm doing. How accessible is that person, right? Because at the end of the day, if I can't see anything that you do, I have no idea what I'm doing, what you're doing. You don't even have a social media presence. I don't see any reviews for you. I like none of it. No, I'm not going to go to that person. How do I even know that you are coaching, right? Like there's no sneak peeks of your class. There's no anything that can help me understand what I'm investing in. I'm not going to do it. That's just like, and you guys, I'm not hating on anybody because I changed careers, right? I went from an engineer to a medical aesthetics practitioner, but I got educated in it. But if I ask you, if you're brand new to the industry and you're going to be teaching me body sculpting, and I ask you what your background is, and you tell me that you're an insurance agent or a real estate broker, why would I have confidence in investing in you to do body sculpting, right? Because that's not what your background is. Now, if I want to be a real estate agent, then yeah, I might go to you for that. So you have to look at it that way. What are you investing in? Who are you investing in? And is that person willing to ask these questions? We get asked these questions every damn day on the phone, y'all. Every day. So just so you know, none of this is new. None of this is something that I would not answer. Okay. So now I just have one more for you, and then after that, I'm going to go over the resources. All right, number 7. Seventh question that I have for you, and this one is one that people get tripped up with all the time. If you are doing any kind of training, I don't care if it's an esthetician program, I'm doing a massage class, I'm doing a body sculpting class, when do I get my certificates and my equipment? Okay, so this one is a big one. Because we've often had people go, oh, well, I took a class and the lady still hasn't sent me my certificates. Well, that is your proof of completion. Now, if you enrolled that day, then you're probably not going to get a certificate. But if you enrolled, weeks ahead of time and you still haven't got it, that's a problem. Or once again, read the reviews. What have other people said? If you're paying thousands of dollars for equipment, why can't you get that the same day? Or can you send me a tracking number? Can I see the equipment today? How do I know that you're actually going to send it to me? Because I have had students literally pay thousands of dollars for a class and equipment, and the people never sent it, and they disappeared, and they didn't support them after the class. It happens all the time. Or paying for coaching, and then they give you one session and they disappear. But if you asked, how many sessions do I get? What does my contract say, you guys? Like if my coaching says that I get 10 sessions within 10 weeks with A, B, and C, that's legally binding. That is the program that I am paying for. So if I don't get those things, then I need my money back, right? But that's the proof that you actually have. Okay, so when do I get my equipment and certificates? And mind you, all of this may not be applicable to each one of y'all, right? Like if I'm doing a coaching program, I may not be getting a certificate of completion for a coaching program, but you guys get the idea. Okay, so real quick, I'm gonna go over these and then I'm gonna erase them and go over the resources that help y'all to get rid of some of this so that you're not getting scammed and giving away your money to somebody that's not gonna do what they say they're gonna do, all right? So real quick, what is your background? Does your background even qualify you to teach me what I'm paying you for, whether it's coaching, class, whatever? That's the first one. And once again, before you even start asking a bunch of questions, call them. Are they picking up the phone? Because if you're not answering me before I pay you, you're definitely not going to answer me after I pay you, okay? The second one, can I get a program outline or curriculum timelines that I understand what all I'm getting? I talked to y'all last week about understanding expectations, timeline, commitment. You need to ask the question. The third one, what support do I get after? Right? What am I actually getting after I take this class or do this program? Because at the end of the day, none of the programs that we do are meant for you to instantly know how to do this stuff. Okay? And then don't just take their word for it. If you say, I get into a Facebook group, I get into this, I get into that, can you show me where those things are housed? Even if you can't let me in right now, right? Because I haven't paid for it, I haven't done the program, that's fine. But can you show me where that Facebook group is? Can you show me where the post-class support website is? Okay. Then the next one is, how often is the program updated? Like I said, you need to understand, is this the most innovative and new technique, or is this something, different that, hey, this is what you get, this 10 years old, this is all you're gonna get, you get lifetime access to this only. What does that mean? Success rate for graduates, okay? Can you show me some of the students? Can I see some of their work? Can I see some of their reviews? Can I see some of their pages? Are people actually successfully doing the things after your class, right? And most of the time people are happy to give you testimonials. They're happy to show you, A, B, and C. This person attended and they had a good time and blah, blah, blah. If you can't show me anything, red flag. All right, and then watching the free stuff first, understanding if that person's personality even aligns with who you are and what you're trying to do. If you're watching somebody online and you're like, okay, she pisses me off because of the attitude or whatever, you probably don't want to invest a bunch of money in that person because you're not getting along with them before you invest in them, right? Like, does that personality match you or what you're trying to do? And then the last one is, when do I get my equipment or certificates or whatever I paid for? If I'm paying for something, when am I actually going to get those things? All right. So real quick, I just want to give y'all a couple resources that, regardless of what people say, there are certain places you should be able to go to look some of these things up. Okay. Now, mind you, this is not an extensive list. There is other ones you can always go research. But here are some resources, okay? Okay. So resource number one is going to be the BBB, the Better Business Bureau. You guys, even if companies are not registered with the Better Business Bureau, if they start screwing people over and taking their money, people go make complaints. And so you may not even be registered with them, but you can still have a bad rating with them. And that's a red flag, right? So I'm like, okay, if this person got bad reviews, I'm not going there. 2, and I don't understand why people don't do more of these, but Google reviews, okay? Google reviews are right there. What are y'all looking at? Why are y'all not looking at people's Google reviews? Do not just look at social media and think that everything that's on social media, that's all there is. No, check out their Google My Business page. Check out reviews to see what people are actually saying before you invest in them. All right. And once again, with all these things, y'all, if y'all are looking at all these people's pages and all their stuff, and then you go to Better Business Bureau, Google, Yelp, all these places I'm about to give you, and there's nothing on them, that is the biggest red flag. Why is there no feedback anywhere? Okay, number 3 is going to be Yelp. Especially if they have a service-based business, they probably have Yelp. Okay, number 3 is Yelp. Number 4, and this one is very important, it's going to be your local state compliance. Okay. Now, sometimes it's public record, sometimes it's not. But for Texas, for instance, you're going to be able to look us up on TDLR, okay, Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, and you're going to be able to look up our registrations on TWC. Now, you may not always be able to find them right away, but you can ask me for like my, exemption numbers or registration numbers or whatever. But you should be able to go on TDLR or TWC's website, put in the company name or the person's name and see if there's any red flags, if they've been kicked out of the organization, shut down for something. Those things will absolutely come up, okay? Now, number 5 is going to be their Facebook page, okay? Because most of us have Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Facebook pages is very easy to put stars on there, put bad reviews, put good reviews, students who've been there. Check out their Facebook page. And then number 6, a lot of times, you guys, y'all don't necessarily look at this, but Reddit. Okay, what are people saying on these social boards, right, about the businesses? Because you can look up a lot of companies on Reddit. You can look up a lot of companies on blogs. At the end of the day, you guys, just Google the business and see what comes up before you enroll. There are companies, like I said, that have huge social media followings, but you put them in Google and I mean 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, comes up instantly, that should tell you something. Okay, now if it's 1 star here and then everybody else was 4 and 5, okay, there might have been one bad, thing or whatever, that's fine. But if everybody's complaining or everybody's saying, look, I paid this money, I didn't get this, I paid this money and this happened, I paid this money and this happened, red flags, you guys. So these are some of the resources, but there are others. Like I said, you guys can look up different places so that you can research these companies, but don't just give anybody your money without asking the questions and doing a little bit of research. I'm telling y'all, just take one day, right, to actually look this stuff up before you start spending your money. There's easy ways to stop getting scammed. And let me say that we're not all like, oh, you know what? Another one that I really want to put up here that's important, number 7, is LinkedIn, y'all. Their LinkedIn page. Because y'all know, people set up LinkedIn pages just like they set up anything else. And if you don't have a LinkedIn page, you don't have any of these social pages, all you have is an Instagram, I'm going to be nervous about that. Because if something goes wrong, how do I report you, right? I can't even find your website. All I find is your Instagram. Something's not right. Okay, that's what I have for you guys today. I do not see any questions. I see quite a few of y'all, especially on YouTube, that have been coming in and out, but I don't see any questions for today. So I really and truly hope that this helped you guys to better understand a little bit more about how to do some research so that you can not waste your time and save some of your money on some of these scams, some of these business coaches and schools and different people who have just been out there taking money left and right, y'all. I just want us to do better as a whole and as an industry. So once again, the resources, I already went over the, what did I have? 7 questions, I already went over those. But the resources are gonna be your Better Business Bureau, Google reviews, Yelp. Look at your local state compliance. For Texas, it's TDLR, and then also Texas Workforce Commission, TWC, because they are overall schools. They're the governing body for schools and universities. Then you have your Facebook page, Reddit, and then LinkedIn. And then, like I said, just do a Google search. See what comes up on that business, their name, their info, and then take it from there. All right, so I hope that this helped you guys out. Y'all stop wasting y'all's money with crazy people who are saying they're going to do stuff and then they don't do it. And if anything, have them put it in writing. I'm telling you, that's how I win disputes. If you tell me that I'm going to get A, B, and C, but I don't get that after you put it in writing, that's going to be a problem. All right. So y'all have a wonderful evening. We made it through Hump Day, and I'm excited to join you guys again next week to talk about some fun stuff. All right. Y'all have a great evening. Talk to you soon. Bye. My Drew Hill vibe, y'all.